please join me in saying, life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and the mysteries of this great gift.
Hi, welcome to worship with First Church. My name is Chris Holton Jablonski, and it is my deep joy and my great honor to serve you as your minister and to welcome you to yet another beautiful worship service with wonderful music and this time, this sacred time shared together. So thank you for this gift of your attention and for this gift of your time. Before we get going, wanted to lift up just a couple things coming your way in the very near future. Later today, if you're watching this on Sunday, there's going to be a movie and discussion hosted by our Social Action Committee called The Last Dream. It's part of the Immigration Justice Initiative that is underway. It's very exciting. We have a special guest, Heather Vickery, who's going to be leading a discussion afterwards and inviting us to lots of different ways that we can serve immigrant justice. So that's at 7 o'clock on tonight, the 2nd of May, Sunday night at 7 o'clock. And there's information in the email that brought you this service and then also through the calendar on the church website. And then a couple days from now, on May 4th, in the evening, there is going to be a gathering and an open discussion with Jeff Perotti on LGBTQ plus issues and justice, looking at Belmont in particular and all of the ways that we are helping support LGBTQ plus folks and their families and looking at what more we can do. So do please come to that. That's going to be really wonderful. That's also at 7 o'clock, and you can register for that ahead of time. And the same, you can either connect through the calendar on the website, or there's a link for it in the email that brought you this worship service. And so, for now, come, let us worship together.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've known
Otherwise by Jane Kenyon. I got out of bed on 2 strong legs. It might have been otherwise. I ate cereal, sweet milk, ripe, flawless peach. It might have been otherwise. I took the dog uphill to the birchwood. All morning I did the work I love. At noon I lay down with my mate. It might have been otherwise. We ate dinner together at a table with silver candlesticks. It might have been otherwise. I slept in a bed, in a room with paintings on the walls, and planned another day just like this day. But one day, I know, it will be otherwise.
This is the time in our service where we invite forward an offering to help support the good work of the church, both within and beyond our walls. We share all of our offerings this month with the Unitarian Universalist Urban Ministry, the group we have a long-standing, wonderful relationship with. You'll be hearing a lot more about in the next couple weeks, but do please be generous. It's incredible the work that they do. And we have a brand new way for you to make online offerings. I believe you can see this. You can text the word offering to 617-819-8168. And there's a wonderful little interface, and it'll text you back, and then it's really easy to make an online donation. So do please give generously, and we are deeply grateful for all you are about to give. Thanks.
Im wunderschönen Monat Mai, als alle Knospen sprachen, da ist in meinem Herzen die Liebe aufgegangen. Im wunderschönen Monat Mai, als alle Vögel sangen, da hab ich hier gestanden, mein Sehnen und Verlangen.
One of my favorite things in ministry is getting to know you all, learning your stories and getting to know the fascinating paths which have brought you here, which have brought us all, hundreds and hundreds of winding paths all together, all joined here for this beautiful time, all wrapped up and woven together to create this vibrant community that we are. A few times a year, Sam Foster, who just read the poem, our membership committee, and I host a workshop for folks who want to learn more about the church and explore a deepening relationship. I really love these gatherings, and the most recent one was no exception. Just a wonderful opportunity to get to know folks and explore some fascinating foundational questions around Unitarian Universalism and what it means to be part of a community like this one in times like these. I'm so grateful for Sam for putting it all together, and so grateful for all of the participants, and especially grateful for one of the conversations we had, which has shaped this service today. As we were exploring some of our theological foundations, the question of grace came up. One of the participants was brought up Lutheran, and for them, grace was a big thing, and some others had questions around grace, so it ended up being a significant part of one of our conversations. And especially now, in the face of these difficult many months, in the midst of this beautiful bursting spring surrounded by blossoms and buds, grace has been on my mind. And I was amazed to find this image. It's part of a series of collages created by an artist who also happens to be a UU minister named Barbara Godin. She was working with the classic Psalm, the 23rd, which goes, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever." And beautifully, it is the last bit that the artist, who is also a UU minister, writes a little bit about. Surely goodness and mercy. She writes, "I know UUs who love this psalm, even if they struggle with the language, the notion of God as shepherd, and heaven forbid, people as sheep. The images run deeper than that, and I meditated on each line, moving past the first images of sunsets and doves in search of surprises, with surely goodness and mercy. It started as a pun, but the more I worked with it, the more I liked the idea of God's grace as three sweet teenagers following me around, named Surely, Goodness, and Mercy. The figures in the image are based on a photo of three girls in Haiti. And I found the image and just loved it. She's created others for all of the phrases in the passage. I'm buying a bunch of them for my office, which you can come by and visit sometime soon. So exciting. And the even more incredible thing is that the artist, the minister, had just survived a double lung replacement when she undertook this project. And this is grace to me. Having come through so much of this challenging time, with so much violence, with still more Black people getting killed, with so many dying of the virus, still surges here in this country and abroad, even and especially in this time, being able to see these three blessings walking with us, remembering to look over our shoulder to see surely goodness and mercy following us. To see all the images in the series, you can search Surely with an I, like the name, Goodness and Mercy UU, and the article will come up, and there's a link to the article with all of the images in the series. I'll also put a link in the description of the service on YouTube. Later today, our Social Action Committee will be hosting a viewing and discussion of the movie The Last Dream. This is part of a branch of their work, which will be an immigrant justice initiative. Please do come to the film if you can, and discussion, and keep a lookout for other opportunities for learning and activism in this vein. There's a link with more information in the church calendar and in the email that brought you this service. There's this one moment in the movie when a young man is talking about the possibility of his parents losing their temporary protected status, possibly being forced to leave their kids who were born here and so they are citizens, and move back to El Salvador. The boy says he had never really wanted to spend time with his dad, but now that this has come, now the idea of losing him has come, he wants to spend all his time with him. Again, please come to the viewing, but this moment speaks to this question of grace. Like the poet said, it could be otherwise. All these blessings, all these joys, all this living, this could all be otherwise. Within this challenging year, there is still so much grace. The fact that we have this technology with which to meet the challenges of this moment, the fact that we are held in loving community, this powerful connection we have surrounding us always, beckoning us to remember, to take a moment, to turn around and see and feel its presence, to see the work before us, to know the world we are building. So much love to you all. Amen.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
And as our closing today, I wanted to share these words from Charles Stephen Jr. from The Gift of the Ordinary. I wish for you a troubled heart at times, as woes of the world and friend come close beside and keep you sleepless. I wish for you the thrill of knowing who you are, where you stand, and why, especially why. Not prosperity, but dreams I wish for you. Not riches, but a sense of your own worth I wish for you. Not even long life, however proud we'd be to have it so, but life that is crammed with living, hour by hour, and love I wish for you. May you give it frequently. I wish for you solitude in the midst of company and a mind full of company within your quiet times. Full todays I wish for you, and full tomorrows. Amen.